So, I'm watching this documentary on um, Amazon Prime Video, and it's called "Sis, You Okay?" Um, I've had it on my watch list for a while now. I just haven't really gotten around. I haven't been watching a lot of TV. So, basically, what the documentary is about is it's about Black women and trauma and mental illness. So, if you get a chance to watch it, please go ahead and watch it. Um, I'm sipping my wine. I just had my, I guess, lunch, dinner early or whatever you want to call it. So it kind of got me thinking because one of the ladies on here she made a valid point. Um, she was saying how back in slavery times, when something happened, whether it was to the male or the female, we were always taught to keep it keep it silent, keep it to yourself, deal with it on your own, don't let anybody break you. um, and I wanted to make this video for a couple of different reasons, to address what she said, and chime in on that, as well as kind of showing my vulnerability. Um, I think a lot of times as a Black woman, I have a hard time due to my personal traumas and due to that whole what happens in this house stays in this house mentality, um, being vulnerable with people just as a whole. Um, and then, of course, there's the anxiety that I feel. I have uh, almost zero trust in anybody. Um, it's it runs deep. So, I guess the first thing that I want to share, that's on my heart right now, and it's based on it really just stemmed from this documentary. This is not something that I take lightly. This is not something that I just share with any and everybody. But I feel like I need to say this, and I'm not even sure why I feel that way. Hold on one second. That's my child. Sorry about that. You should know that I'm a mommy first. But what I was saying was, um, I can remember. So okay, let's start from the beginning. I lost my virginity at 11. Um, I was not raped. I was not molested. It was consensual, as about as consensual as it can be at that age. The boy was older. He was also still a minor. Does that make it right? No, it does not. So what ended up happening the same day, a few minutes after he took my virginity, we got into a fight. Not a physical fight, but a verbal argument. And he got into my face and he yelled at me. Um, and the hurt and the confusion that I felt in that moment, considering the fact that you were all just lovey dovey with me a few minutes ago and you just took my virginity, that was really confusing. I did not know until I became an adult and got into college. I'm a psych major, by the way. That began a pattern of trauma. That was a form of trauma for me. I would have sex with someone, and then almost immediately after, I would be angry, and I didn't know why. So either I would be angry or I would be depressed. Um, and I didn't understand why until, like I said, I got older and I found out, those traumas, when you have a trauma, it sticks with you. Now, we've started, and when I say we, I mean us as a community as a whole, we've begun, people have started to open up the conversations for um, predators and predatory behavior. So thinking on it, now I'm 30. Looking back, I remember being 13, 14, 15, 12. You know, I never lied to anybody about my age. And there were still grown men that were having sex with me. Not just propositioning me for sex, full blown having sex with me. At 14, I believe it was 14, 13 or 14, I ran away from home. Um, my grandmother was not a very nice woman. I still love her to this day, but I had to love her from a distance. Um, and I got caught up with the wrong people, and I actually got pimped out. So, luckily, it did not. It was very short lived. I also endured some physical and verbal abuse during that time, um, and that also began a whole new form of trauma. I had issues with people standing over me. I still have issues with people standing over me. If you're in close proximity within arm's reach and I'm sitting down and you're standing up, you're going to make me uncomfortable because that is how the physical abuse started for me. And this is someone that I trusted. This is someone that I felt comfortable with. This is someone that I gave myself to. Um, so once again, you know, these are all fully grown men, you know, taking advantage of a child. Um, I said all of that to say, if you see someone in a situation, say something. I know a lot of times we say that's not my business, that don't have nothing to do with me. Um, that ain't, you know, it ain't my job, you know, that's not my child. But what if it was your child? Wouldn't you want somebody to have said something? You know, and even if you don't, you know, put the whole thing on blast and make a big scene about it, if you slip that person your number and say, hey, you know, if you ever need anything or if you just want somebody to talk to, you can give me a call. Or, you know, hey, you know, I think I know somebody who has a job. If you got to put on a front to help them, you know, find a way out of that situation, say something. And on the flip side, I'm sure, or at least I hope, that this message reaches somebody in the younger generation coming up behind me. That 28-year-old that's trying to talk to you and you're 16, baby, that is not okay. That's not okay. It's not okay. It doesn't matter how legal it is, it's not okay. And you have to ask yourself, if I get pregnant by this person, are they going to support me? Or if I impregnate this person, is this okay? Would I be okay with this? Do I have to worry about this person touching my child? Because that's predatory behavior. But going back to keeping secrets, speak up. If you in this situation, if you're going through this situation, if you've lived through this situation, don't carry that weight. You don't have to. Therapy is out there. Hell, you can contact me. I don't care. I don't mind talking to whoever. As I stated, I'm a psych major. Talk to somebody, because in the end, what's going to happen is it's going to affect all of your interpersonal relationships with people, whether it's your parents, whether it's your children, whether it's your spouse, whether it's somebody that you want to be intimate with. There are so many emotional traumas and triggers that will come up that you think you have overcome, that you thought you had dealt with, and you haven't. And you won't know that you haven't dealt with them until you're faced with a situation where you have to deal with them. And in the process, you can lose some really good people in your life. In the process, you can push away a lot of support. So talk about it. Get it out. Put it out. Get it out your system. If you got to write it down, write it down. I write a whole lot better than I talk. I am a talker and I do like to talk. But as far as when it comes to serious emotional shit, I write it better than I can talk it. I do apologize for that. My child is in and out of the house upstairs. Anyways, that was all I needed to say. I think there may be a part 2 to this video, but get it out. Let it out for your peace, for your sanity. Get it out your system. Talk about it, address it, confront it, head on, and do what you got to do so that you can live a peaceful and, I can't say carefree life, but so that you can move forward and grow. Don't stunt your own growth by being afraid to speak your truth. If it's the truth and it happened, go ahead and put it out there. If the person is unresponsive to what it is that you're saying, at least you got it out. And that sometimes is the main thing, is getting it out of your system. Once you've gotten it out, now you've placed the ball in their court. If they're unresponsive, that's on them. That's between them and God. But you have let go of what you needed to let go of. I love y'all. Be blessed. Be safe. Wear your mask and just breathe. It's either a moment in time or the rest of your life. But at the end of the day, it's all blessings and lessons. You got to decide which one it is. Catch y'all in the next one.